In this video, I will go through the features of the Swiss cloud storage pCloud. How does it stack up against its closest rival, Proton Drive, in terms of features, privacy, and price? I'm also very curious how the two compete when it comes to images, since I've heard pCloud should excel at media files storage. Alright, let's get started. pCloud was founded in 2013 in Switzerland, which is home to one of the world's strongest privacy laws. Today, pCloud has more than 22 million users and has become a reputable company for cloud storage as well as for their password manager, pCloud Pass. Proton as a company was founded in 2014 with the launch of Proton Mail. Proton Drive was launched in 2022 after being beta tested since 2020. Proton promises end-to-end encryption, so it's you and only you who can see your data. As you might know from my recent Proton reviews, I've moved my cloud storage from Dropbox to Proton Drive to safeguard my data from geopolitical turmoil, as well as secure my data under strong data protection laws. I've now reached my limit of 500 gigabytes of storage with a Proton Unlimited plan, so I need more storage, and on top of that I still have 150 gigabytes of images from Google Photos that I need to move as well. So I'm in a dilemma. Should I upgrade my otherwise great Proton Unlimited plan to a Proton Duo plan with 2 terabytes of storage for €14.99 a month? Or should I perhaps go with pCloud and get the needed storage paid with a lifetime plan with no recurring expenses at all? I want to use the extra storage mainly for media files, which pCloud is said to be excellent at, so I started with a free account and tested it out. First, I installed the Windows app and got my pCloud folder set up. You of course also get apps for iOS and Linux, by the way. I was surprised it added the cloud folder as a new drive. This is not what I'm used to from other cloud services that I've used. I uploaded some photos on the web app and the images were loading very fast, especially when compared to Proton Drive, which has a delay when browsing through the images. So, well done, pCloud. Both Proton Drive and pCloud let you back up photos from mobile. They also both similarly has a tab on the mobile app for viewing the photos. Proton Drive has filters for videos, RAW files, selfies, portraits, and so on. pCloud just filters by day, month, or year, which isn't very useful. When it comes to viewing photos on the computer, pCloud has 2 methods. The first way to show photos is by right-clicking the icon in the system tray and simply selecting Photos. The other way is in the P drive under Automatic Upload, where the images are stored and therefore very easy to move or edit on your computer, which is very convenient. For Proton Drive, the Photos tab is nowhere to be found on the desktop app. It's simply not there. Very odd indeed. Plus, it can't back up photos from the phone to the regular cloud folders. So if I want my photos stored in the regular cloud, I'm forced to open up the web app and manually download the photos. This is very inconvenient, so I urge Proton to add the option to back up my photos to a specific folder. At this point, I noticed a big difference in pCloud from what I'm used to with cloud storage services. First of all, pCloud is technically set up as a drive on my computer. Secondly, I can't actually use the pCloud folder the way I'm used to for offline sync. This, I found, is because the drive itself represents the online cloud. Yes, that's right. So if I put files directly into the drive, they will technically only be in the cloud and not on my computer. This means if I want my files available offline, and that's what I always prefer, the files need to stay on my normal hard drive and then be synced to the pCloud drive in a designated mirror folder. Not like Dropboxes make available offline or Proton Drives always keep on this device, where files are placed inside the same folder, whether they are synced or not. So let's say I want the images available offline and at the same time placed securely on pCloud. Then I will simply leave them on my hard drive and then set up a sync to pCloud. Alright, so far so good. Then how do I see which local folders on my hard drive are synced then? Well, that's shown by seeing this small green checkmark icon. Not super visible, but as long as my eyesight doesn't worsen, I'll manage. So pCloud uses an entirely new paradigm for synchronization. However, this isn't by any means a bad thing, it just takes some getting used to. If you feel like pCloud Sync sounds a bit too weird for your taste, then you'd probably be better off with Proton Drive that works more like the usual cloud storage solutions. pCloud offers a unique payment proposition in the cloud storage market with their lifetime plans. You can, for example, get 2 terabytes of lifetime storage, which at the moment of recording has a price of €3.99, down from €5.99. This means that after 4 years have passed, my 2 terabytes of pCloud lifetime storage will have paid itself compared to a yearly plan. Compared to a monthly plan, a lifetime purchase will have paid itself after less than 3.5 years. I'm aware I won't live forever, but it's actually possible to change your email address in pCloud. So anyone in my family can in reality inherit my storage. If you'd like to support this channel, then I'd be grateful if you used my affiliate link. It won't cost you anything, and it helps me create more free content on this channel. Alright, back to the video. It's important to keep in mind that you can always purchase more storage. However, with a lifetime plan, it works a little differently. So if you have 500 gigabytes of storage and purchase another 2 terabytes, then you will pay the normal price for the 2 terabytes and simply end up with 2.5 terabytes of storage. So it simply adds on top of your existing storage. In comparison, Proton Drive just offers monthly and annual plans, like most other cloud storage providers. You can get Proton Drive as a standalone app, but the limit is 200 gigabytes. For more storage, you need a Proton Unlimited plan, which includes access to many other Proton products. View my full Proton review if you'd like to know more. Here's an overview of the Proton Drive options. You can get started for free with 5 gigabytes of storage. Afterwards, you need a Drive Plus, Unlimited, Duo, or Family plan. If you'd like to support this channel and get a discount as well, feel free to use my affiliate link. You get a 40% discount for Drive Plus, or you can get a 30% discount for Proton Unlimited plan on a yearly subscription. Alright, let's get back to the video. In terms of privacy, Proton should be the clear winner, right? Proton's known for their end-to-end encryption, so I would assume pCloud was inferior. Let's compare the two side by side. With Proton Drive, you get end-to-end encryption, which means the files are encrypted on your device before they leave it. On the other hand, pCloud offers client-side encryption, but it's a paid add-on. Without the encryption add-on, pCloud can technically view your files if compelled. Proton Drive is hosted in Switzerland only, where pCloud gives the option to choose either Luxembourg in the EU or Dallas, Texas in the US. So the assumption that Proton is the most secure option holds up. However, the extra pCloud encryption add-on raises the security to client-side level. So remember to factor that in if security is a major concern for you. I also noticed that when a file is locked inside the crypto chamber, it's neither accessible to edit or share. So not very practical. For me, I expect to mostly store media files on pCloud and keep my top secret salsa recipes on Proton Drive. As you might have seen in my previous Proton review, sharing files with Proton Drive isn't easy. It only works from the browser, and when you've found the file to share, it still takes multiple clicks before having a share link copied to your clipboard. Look here, I'm still clicking away. Here, pCloud is way easier. Similar to how Dropbox does it, you can share a file quickly by simply right-clicking it on your desktop and clicking Share Link, which opens up the Share dialog box. Here you can also choose to set a password and an expiration date. It's also easy to start collaborating with pCloud. Instead of Share Link, you just share a folder instead, which becomes available to any number of people you invite. You can even set a cover photo and image to the folder, a great feature for photographers and nerds like me. pCloud offers one-time backups for Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox, Dropbox Business, and Google Photos. However, the Google Photos importer only lets you import 2,000 images at a time, and there's no Mark All button, which makes it pretty much unusable. Proton Drive doesn't have the same import tools, only for Google Photos, where you have to download first using Google Takeout, and then select one folder at a time to import into Google Drive Photos. For a paid plan, pCloud has 30 days file history backup, but you can extend it to 365 days with extended file history, which is a paid extra feature though. With Proton Drive, you get a wide range of version history from the unlimited plan and up. Choose everywhere between 7 days and 10 years. It's not bulletproof though, since I accidentally deleted a folder, and apparently folders aren't included in the history, only files. So everything inside that folder was permanently lost. I suspect this will be improved in the future, but for now it's a risk you seemingly have to live with. My experience with Proton Drive synchronization is that it's quite slow to start, but in a long workday I don't really notice it. pCloud has been said to have rather low limits to the upload speeds, so I had to do a comparison. I ended up getting a Proton Duo plan to increase my storage to 2 terabytes and did a test with 5 files totaling 10 gigabytes. I have a pretty fast internet connection, so that shouldn't be a bottleneck. I was surprised they both synced very fast at pretty much 2 minutes and 40 seconds each. I know this isn't a super deep test, but it at least gives a glance at their respective performances. Since I've now updated to 2 terabytes of Proton storage, I will keep using Proton Drive for my own storage. I like the fact that it has end-to-end encryption by default, and I think it's just simpler to have one service for cloud storage instead of multiple. However, I do see the benefits of pCloud, especially for photographers and videographers. pCloud makes the day-to-day much easier with fast playback, quick image previews, and speedy sharing. Also, the functionality for collaborating by folders with the added branding is great for client projects. So if you prioritize convenience and, not to mention, lifetime storage at a fixed price, then pCloud is your cloud. But if maximum security is a non-negotiable and you like the comfort of up to 10 years version history, then Proton is the way to go. So I'll keep my internal documents in my now abundant 2 terabytes of storage I get with the Proton Duo plan. Remember, if you want to support this channel, I greatly appreciate you using my affiliate link when signing up. That's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, feel free to subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next video.